Hey gang, it's Drew Doggett here at Your Brain on MLM.com, and today I'm just showing you how to, with Aweber, create a capture form, an opt-in form, so that you can put it on your website and capture leads from your website. Because in the previous post, it was called Create Your Own MLM Blog. I walked you through every step of how to create your own MLM blog instead of using your Empower Network blog. Just because having your own blog, mainly it's for security reasons and mainly it's for you owning your own content rather than your content being owned by a third party. I think that's better. It's a better long-term strategy. And so I went through everything there and set everything up, and now the final step on this article in this post is to, of course, make your website, your blog, totally automated. Make this machine run really smoothly. So we're just going to go step by step through here, create an opt-in form, add it to your website. Then in the next video below, I'll show you how to create a squeeze page, and I'll even show you how to write maybe a little bit of copy for your squeeze page and how to write an effective squeeze page. And everything will be automated. Then the only thing you have to concentrate on is blog content. So let's go ahead and get started here. Once you log into your Aweber account, you'll just want to go in and create and manage lists. Then you want to come over here and create a list. Alright, so the first thing you'll want to do is choose a list name. This is really just for you. It's for identification purposes. And so I'm just going to choose something like Your Brain on MLM, YBO MLM looks available. And then just put in a quick little link description, or list description, I'm sorry. And that can be something like, whatever the theme of your blog is, just make it quick, capturing, you can say capturing leads or whatever. Mine is MLM, so I could put MLM blogging training, or erase that and I could put high ticket blogging tutorials or something like that. Whatever the theme of your particular website is, just list that. And this isn't for anybody except you. I guess this is, people will see it when they unsubscribe from your list, but it's really not that big of a deal. You should have it's nicer if you have a domain that's matched, or an email that's matched to your domain rather than a free like a Yahoo or a Gmail, but I don't think that matters actually. I think you can still use a Yahoo or a Gmail and be fine. So I believe in the Create Your Own MLM blog post, I showed you how to create an email. So go ahead and go back and do that if you need a refresher on that. Scroll down here, leave notifications the same. Go ahead and click Save Settings, and we'll move on to the next thing. Now you really don't have to fill this in, but you can if you want to. What I do with company name is I'll either put Drew Doggett or Your Brain on MLM. And then, of course, just put your website if you'd like. I usually leave email signature alone, and if you want to put in this upload your logo thing, you can. That's fine. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I really don't have too many lists anymore, and I really actually just use plain text nowadays, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bother with that, and you'll be fine. Just get this straight here. There we go. Social media and sharing we can leave fine. Global text snippets we don't need to worry about, and just go ahead and click Save Settings. I just had to resize my screen a little bit, but after you click the Save Settings, after you personalized your list, you'll come to Confirmed Opt-in, and it'll ask you to fill out this area for Confirm Your Subscription. But as I said, since we're not going to be spamming anybody, we're not going to be doing any shady practices or anything like that, because everything we do is value-based, we're just going to go ahead and turn this off. So we'll go ahead and click Are you sure you want to disable, and we'll we'll click yes. Now for this area, confirmation success page URL, I usually didn't fill this out, but the last person that I was studying does. So just to be on the safe side, I've always had things work before, but we're going to need to do this anyway. So what you want to do is come over to your website, come to your back office of your website, and you're going to essentially want to create a page for whatever free thing you're going to be giving away. Like when you opt into my list, I send people to a page called yourbrainonmlm.com/free-video/, right? So the name of my page is free video, and that's where I hook up a couple of videos, a couple of presentations, one on high ticket blogging and the other on how to blog, or why the high ticket is such a game changer, a life changer, and then how I do it. So you'll want to do, you'll want to name it aptly, of course, free, what you call it, and so whatever you're doing here, it could be a really good post. You could just write out a tutorial. It could be a video. If you hire me to do this, I could create something for you. It could be a report. Again, it could just be a post or a page. And whatever content you're going to want to put your content here, your bonus reason for them opting in goes here. And just go ahead and fill that in, and then click the publish button over here. And just go ahead and click the publish button there. So once you have that taken care of, I'm just going to go ahead and publish this. And I'm going to take this right there. I'm going to Control-C, copy. I'm going to go back over to Aweber, and I'm just going to Control-V, paste, and I'm going to click Save Settings. So we have opt-ins off and the confirmation success page right there. So now we're done with that part of it. The next place you want to go is to sign-up forms. Create your first sign-up form. And you'll come down here, and I wouldn't mess with any of these. I just use this one that's already here. And the way I like to do it is I like the simpler the better. So I'll X out the footer, I'll X out the Aweber thing, I'll X out the privacy policy, I'll X out the header. Typically I X out the name because there's just a higher conversion rate with people who just enter an email rather than name. So I'll do that, and then I like it a little bit wider. So we'll widen it up a bit, maybe up to, that's a little wide, 380, maybe down to 370 something. There we go. Click on the submit button up here. You can center it. I'm going to do that. Then you can type anything in here in the submit button that you want. Sometimes I use let me see it. Or sometimes gimme and an arrow or something. Or hook me up. Anything you want, really. I'm going to stick with let me see it. I'm going to save that part of it. I'm going to come over to the color. You can choose any color you want. So let's go ahead and just do something kind of weird looking. Let's go purple. Yeah, I mean, I like purple, but sometimes the weirder the better. And I'm going to match the text to my text on my site, which is Georgia. And I'm also going to raise this up to 18. I want it bigger than that. I'm going to raise it up even more to 24. That looks good. And then, let's see, I'm going to click on this area, and that pops up. I'm going to get rid of email, and I'm going to save that. So now it's just blank. It's just one place for them to fill this in, and a button. Now since we're still on here, see how this says inputs right here? That means we're still on this section where you input stuff. I'm going to go ahead and up this to 16 just so it looks bigger for them. I could actually go to 18. I think I'll do 18. Nice and big area to fill in their stuff. And Verdana's fine. You know, maybe Tahoma. It's cool. Whatever you want. And then what I'm going to do is going to make the body color a different color, and I'm going to make the text around it, or the border around it, a different color. So we'll go to body first, and we'll choose background here, and I'm going to go something outrageous, purple and yellow. Let's try purple and yellow. Whoa, let's try purple and orange. There we go. That's looking cool. Okay, go over to, let's see how kind of ugly that is. Sometimes ugly works. Click on border color. We'll do, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the submit button. I'm going to see what color I had here. I'm going to Control C, copy it. I'm going to go back over to, where was I? The body. And go to border, solid, 1 pix. I'm going to Control V that in there. You can barely see it, so I'm even going to bring it up to 2 pixels. Maybe even 3, heck. Because that's a pretty solid orange. And you can mess around with this, do dashed if you want. Whatever you choose. That's a pretty crazy looking web form, wouldn't you say? But I'm doing this for a reason, because I'll show you. You can change it to anything you want, you know, your choice. But in the next video, I think I'll change it around, or maybe here in a second I'll change it around. But once you get it to where you have it, where you want it, then you'll go ahead and click Save Your Form. Now, yeah, let me do that, and then we'll come back and I'll do a little bit more with this just to show you. Click Save Your Form. Come down here, click Go to Step 2. You're now in Step 2, so now you can name it, and you can name it appropriately, like where is this going? Maybe that's a good place for you to name it, or a good thing to name it. You know, is it going on your About page? Is it going on your Squeeze page? Or do you have just some generic thing? You know, I could just call this free, what you call it? I always do that, what you call it, because that's what I named my free giveaway, right? So I'll just call it that. Come down here to Thank You page, and again, we're going to do the same thing we did on that success URL. We're going to type in the page that I want to send them to. Free, I hope I'm spelling this. What you call it. I don't think I got that right. This says what call it. That's great. So I better change that. What call it. There we go. See, I did it there too. Too many C's and H's. And I open this in a new window so that they stay on my site, but this pops open into a new window and even stay on my site. Now they have 2 pages of my site open. Click that. Click Save, and then go to Step 3. And choose I will install my form, and go ahead and right here, this JavaScript snippet, you'll go ahead and highlight that, so you may need to click it 3 or 4 times, or you can click in and press Control A, and that highlights the whole thing. Control C copies it to your board, and then you'll come back over here and you'll choose the page that you want to put this form in. Just as an example, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my About page. So, this is important. What you're going to do is you're going to come down here to wherever you want to put it. See how I already have this written? Hand over that email and it's all yours. We got this here. Okay, it's already centered. So what you want to do is you'll have a bunch of X's in there. And you know, you'll write everything out, and then you'll do the call to action. You know, let's walk this path together. I'll show you exactly what I do. Hand over that email, and it's all yours. And then you'll want to type it'll be over here. You'll type a bunch of X's as a place filler, and then you'll take those X's, you'll put them center, because you usually want your web forms aligned center. If you want your web form aligned to left, that's perfectly fine. You can do that. I just prefer them center. So that's just a filler area. And then you just basically do everything around the web form. And then, remember, we already copied this to Control-C, copied. And so now we're going to come over here and we're going to go to the text. This is important, so just do follow these instructions. Go to text, click text, scroll down to where this is. Make sure you can see this. And you see the X's that we had here, the web filler. Notice how it says text align. Okay. Notice how it says text align center. And we know these X's. So all you got to do is double click the X's. You want only the X's. You don't want this caret. You don't want this caret. You just want the X's. So highlight the X's. You can do it by double clicking or highlighting the entire thing. And then press Control V. V is in Victor. And that should put your web form there. So this is important. Do not go back to visual. Stay in text mode. For some reason, WordPress does this. I'm not sure why, but stay in text mode and hit the update button. Do not go back to visual. Stay in text. Click update. We wait for that to happen. It is updated. It's still in text mode. We're going to go view page. I'm just going to hold control and press my mouse key. And that pops it up into a new page. And we're going to check it out. Look at that fancy schmancy thing. So this should work. You probably will want to test it. I'm just going to go ahead and test it. I'm going to enter my email here and see if it works. I press the button. It opens up in a new tab. And it does work. All right, so that's cool. It's working. And now I should receive an email that says I'm subscribed to that list. Now, of course, you don't have any messages going to that person yet, so they're just going to receive a blank email, or maybe not even an email at all. But I will show you what we can do for messages. I'll leave a link to how to create Aweber follow-up messages under this video, and I'll get a video or an article out to you on what to do there within the next couple of days. By the time you're watching this video, I'll probably already have that ready. Okay, so now I just want to show you a couple other things. Maybe, we're back here, and maybe it's just not vibing. This form is just not vibing with the colors of your website, or maybe you change the colors of your website around, and you want to switch this web form up. Well, the cool thing is that you don't have to go back in here and redo this. You don't have to repaste this web form back in here since it's already in there. All we have to do is go back to Aweber. We'll go over to Design. We'll come down here and we'll switch it up to whatever we want. So let's see, background, orange. Let's take this to a nice bluey blue, kind of light blue thing. Alrighty, looks cool. Let's go, oops. I'm going to do red, kind of a red that matches my site. That looks good already. So I'm going to go ahead and Control-C, copy that. I'm going to come back over to body and go to the border color. I'm going to Control-Victor that. So now that's looking a little better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up even more and come down to a solid. And then I'm going to do something else even. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to say text. I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to say no product pitches, no funny business, if I can spell business right, just pure, actionable, commission, crushing content. I'm going to highlight that, center it, and I'm even going to make it smaller. 9, maybe 10. There we go. Here's what else I'm going to do. Just for the sake of showing how you can customize this, I'm going to do this again, except this time I'm going to drag this up to the top. And I'm going to go enter your email for my full blown explanation of how high ticket blogging works and exactly what I do. Now this is just off the top of my head. I could certainly do better. I would do better and shorter and kind of more descriptive if I could. But I'm just doing this right off the top of my head. I would spend a little bit more time on this. And let's see. Bigger than that. Whoa, that's getting pretty big, right? See? Let's go 18. Here's what I'll do. Full-blown video course. There we go. And I'm even going to enter down. Oops. I'm going to go shift enter. There we go. Now maybe I can increase this to 24. There we go. All right. So it's a little bigger now. I'm going to save that. But you see how all I had to do was to put those fields in was to click this text button here and then drag and drop wherever I wanted that to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase that a little bit more. That looks cool. See, I like the look of that now. So now that's done. All I got to do is save my form. I go down to step 2. In fact, I don't even need to do it anymore unless I wanted to change this. I don't even need to do anything anymore. So now you saw me change that, the look of it. I'm going to come back over here to my website. And notice I'm not repasting this. This is the same exact thing that I pasted earlier before I changed it. But watch, I'm going to stay in text mode, and I'm going to go ahead and click Update, and I want to show you that it will update without you having to repaste it in there. But you have to stay in text mode. If you come out of text mode at any time for whatever reason, you've got to go back into Aweber, get that code again, and repaste it into the article that you wanted, because I don't know. It's just one way that WordPress works. You know, I'm not sure why, but this is easier than another way I know how to do. So just stick with this. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to refresh the page. Click refresh. Wait for it. Boom, look at that. So, there we go. So as you can see, that works fine. Now, you can tweak it any way that you see fit, and this is still going to work. We have our text down here. You know, just change it up any way you like, and that will do it. I showed you how to go into Aweber. I showed you how to create and manage a new list. All you got to do is fill out the basic list options here, list settings, custom fields, and all that kind of stuff, and then, you know, turn your confirmation off, and then you come over to sign up forms, and then you simply design, fill in whatever settings, direct your users to the free page you're taking them to, or maybe if you don't have a, this is a great idea. If you don't have your own product and you don't have the time to get somebody else to do it, let me show you where you can take them to. If you're in Empower Network, of course. .com/commission loophole.php ID equals, and then your ID, of course. Andrew 7 is mine. So this could be the thank you page that you send them to. Your empowernetwork.com/commission loophole.php $ID equals your username. Let's just check and make sure that works. I will copy this up into my web browser. We have David Sharp's presentation of the Empower Network thing, and we got this right here. So yes, I mean this is a good presentation. This is, that nice 45-minute presentation that explains and tells Dave Sharp's story and tells a little bit of the story of Empower Network, and really, sells people on Empower Network. So if you don't have your own free to offer, you can link to your Empower Network landing page. You don't want to link to the landing page. You don't want to link to the Empower Network landing page. You want to link to the Empower Network commission loophole, the Empower Network presentation. And so that's a great thank you page for subscribing, right? If you don't have a free or as I call it. So there you go. I showed you everything. You should be all set. Again, just to make this point clear, if you don't have a free thing to give away, right here in the thank you custom page on settings here, when you design your web form, right here on step 2, you can paste in this, and this can be a good thank you page, and this will open it up and they'll see the presentation by Dave Sharp. Save your form. There you go. Now this web form is going to direct them to, well, I'd have to refresh this page first. I'd have to, click the refresh button here, and that web form will take them to Dave Sharp's presentation in Empower Network. So pretty cool, huh? Pretty simple. I believe that was very, very step by step, and I tried to make that as simple as possible. But if you have any questions at all, I've got your back. I'm here for you always, so leave your questions in the comments section below. And I'll see you in the next video where I teach you how to build a squeeze page. And I'll show you my squeeze page, and I'll even build a new squeeze page for you, or right in front of you in the next video. So I will talk to you soon. Take care. Drew Doggett, your brain on MLM.com. Love you guys.